In today's video, Kylox's Voltstrider. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. My name is Hello Good Game, and I am pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena Deck Guide video, breaking down a Grixis mid-range brew in depth, discussing both the strategies and synergies in hopes of providing you, the viewer, a deeper understanding of how to pilot this deck both effectively and efficiently. Furthermore, demonstrating everything we've learned in our deck tech within our Mythic Ranked gameplay footage against the best decks as well as players in-game. Finally concluding with our deck review and channel news. If you want to help out, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just drop a like. A thumbs up goes a long ways. Of course, if you have any opinions, hit us up in the comments below. Of course, the community Discord is always open if you want to stop by and say hello. Link in the description below. Thanks again, have a magical day, and let's check out the new Grixis mid-range deck.
It's a new lap record!
Here we are with the new for ya boo-boo. Of course, Grixis is the color combination of red, black, and blue. A mid-range deck looking to outvalue our opponents into turn 5, turn 7, where we will apply tons of value. Okay? A new card that we are looking to build around, Kylox's Voltstrider. A pleasant surprise. Let me tell you what. Oh, really? Don't mind me. For 3 mana, a 4/4 artifact vehicle that crews for 2, collect evidence 6, and it will become a creature until end of turn. So we're able to crew it just by exiling cards from our graveyard, which is really nice. And whenever it attacks, you may actually cast an instant or sorcery spell that you've collected evidence with, which is quite nice. Of course, you still have to pay for it, and then I believe it will be exiled. Sorry, you're casting the card that will be exiled, and then it goes into the bottom of our library. Sorry, which is, you know, not terrible. Obviously, you know, it's probably not sustaining us against any of the mill decks, but at the end of the day, you know, if you're tossing like a really valuable spell back into your library, that does count for something, right? So the Voltstrider's nice because we can A, cast a spell, and then B, recast it from the grave, which is great. That's just recursive value, as well as just discarding it and then casting it from the grave for its first roundabout. The Bitter Triumph can do this as an additional casting cost, discard a card, or pay 3 life. The Liliana can do this as well. +1, each player discards a card, as well as the Big Score. As an additional casting cost, discard a card. And Ill-Timed Explosion, draw 2 cards, then you may discard 2 cards, right? So there are plenty of ways for us just to straight up discard, right? As well, I guess, as the Breach. Each player mills 10 cards, you know, so that's going to get some cards in the grave for us without having to have previously cast them, right? Which is great. You know, either way, it's still generating positive value for us, which is always nice to see. So I guess a couple other new cards in the deck alongside the Voltstrider will be the Ill-Timed Explosion. 4 mana, draw 2, then you may discard 2 if you do, because this could just be draw 2, right? It's going to deal X damage to each creature, where X is the greatest mana value among cards discarded this way, right? So a variable damage-based field wipe with a draw attached to it. It's phenomenal, right? Very, very good card. And the fact that we can recast this from our grave is ridiculous. It's so good. And then the Deadly Cover-Up, another new card in the deck for 5 mana at sorcery speed. As an additional cost, you may collect evidence 6, destroy all creatures. If you did collect evidence 6, you may exile a card from your opponent's graveyard and also take any copies of it from their library hand, as well as their graveyard, I guess, which is quite nice as well. Allowing you to permanently deal with a threat, taking multiple cards out, potentially even taking a non-creature, taking a planeswalker like a Jace. This is very good to do with the Deadly Cover-Up, But you could take something else as well that's just generating a lot of value for your opponent, and it's probably the core piece of their deck that you're looking to target with this, okay? So without getting held up too much on that, our final new card in the deck will be Intrude on the Mind. 5 mana, instant speed, reveal the top 5, separate into 2 piles. They choose 1 pile. That pile goes into our graveyard. And that pile goes into our hand. The other pile goes into our graveyard. And then we create a 0/0 Thopter with +1/+1 counters on it, equal to the number of cards put into our graveyard this way. All right, so this is really nice to generate card advantage, to accumulate some form of board state within that creature slot as well, which is quite nice. Okay, so that's what we have within the deck that's new. We will also be utilizing... nope, no surveillance. For a moment, I thought we were utilizing those, but I guess not. LOL. I should know that. Anywho, it is a Chandra-based deck, right? So we will hopefully be ramping into this. Maya, we're doing the deck tech. For 6 mana, 5 starting loyalty, the static ability that allows us to copy our instant or sorcery card first cast each turn, which is quite nice. +2, add 2 mana of any combination. +1, exile the top 5 and reveal the instants and sorceries, which is great. And then you can cast those cards until the end of your next turn, which is really nice. And then minus X, dealing X damage up to 2 targets, which is also very nice for just, targeted removal. Okay, and then, with all of the instants and sorceries, you're going to get a lot of value there with Chandra. Big score, we've talked about this. Instant speed as an additional casting cost. Discard, draw 2 cards, and then create 2 treasure tokens. This is very good to copy with Chandra, and one of my favorite cards to recast from the grave with the Voltstrider. All right. We will be utilizing Breach the Multiverse for 7 sorcery. Each player mills 10, and for each player choose a creature or planeswalker that person has in their graveyard, and then put them into the battlefield under your control, which is great. They're going to be Phyrexian in addition to their other types. So, it's Liliana, it's Chandra, it's Sheoldred, it's Atali, okay? Sheoldred, 1 copy of this, 5 mana, 4/5 with Menace, enters the battlefield. Each opponent's going to sacrifice a non-token creature or planeswalker. We can pay 5, transforming it into the scriptures if they have 8 cards in their graveyard. Okay. At sorcery. And when it enters, for each opponent, destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker they control. And then they're going to discard 3 cards and mill 3 cards, which is great. And then finally, exile and transform it back into Sheoldred, as well as putting all creatures from all graveyards into the board state under your control, which is pretty groovy. Atali here for 7 as a 7/7 with trample. When it enters the battlefield, each player exiles cards from the top of their library until they exiled a non-land card, and then we may cast cards exiled this way, which is very, very good, for us as well to continue ramping out, applying value, not only of our own, but of our opponents, much like Breach would as well. And hopefully your Breach hits an Atali, and then your Atali hit, how it goes, right? So that's going to be a lot of fun for us here. It can transform if you want for 10, 9, and a Phyrexian green, which could be 2 life, into an 11/11 with trample indestructible. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters, which probably should just win you the game, I'd assume, which is always nice. That's definitely not bad. Additional field wipes in the deck. We will be utilizing Brotherhood's End for 3, dealing 3 damage to each creature and planeswalker, or destroying each artifact with mana value 3 or less, alongside the ill-timed explosion, alongside the deadly cover-up. So there's nice, field control here. Liliana, we've talked about, very nice 4 creature removal, -2 each player. Target player sacrifices a creature. -6, separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. They sacrifice all permanents in 1 pile, keep the other, and then of course +1 we've talked about, where each player discards a card, and that could be good for us within the collect evidence, right? Okay, so Single target removal with cut down. 1 mana. Destroying creature with total power and toughness 5 or less. Bitter Triumph. Destroying creature or planeswalker. Additional casting cost. 3 life. Discard a card, right? We've talked about this. Light of the Night. Dealing X damage to any target if it was a creature or planeswalker. X is +1. And then flashback for 4. Removing loyalty counters from your planeswalker to equal X. Planeswalkers, plural, which is quite nice. So, you know, a nice finisher there for us. 2 copies of Negate, countering target non-creature spell, which is pretty cool as well. You know, just to stop any, you know, baddies that we can't get to on our opponent's board state. Maybe they have something like their own breach or something that's just like, stop it, get out of town, you know, that we don't want to see. Land, it is what it is, right? We're going to have the city here. We'll have the Mire, the Defiance, all as utility lands. The Spire and the Vents as creature lands alongside Mirrex for us as well. And then Field of Ruin is here to keep any of our opponent's lands in check, right? And then a bunch of dual lands to make sure that things are consistent for us. We have treasures for fixing as well, and then some basics in case, you know, there is land destruction and we need to search for something, okay? So it's a pretty complicated deck, right? There's a lot of moving pieces here. It is a lot to manage, but, you know, that's one of the joys to Magic is playing some of the more advanced decks. Now, I know it's not fair to say that some decks are better than others. They all have their strengths and weaknesses and different play styles. However, there are more points of contact for potential misplays or, you know, room for error. So I like to describe it. Actually, I'll save this analogy for the end of today's video. So if you make it to the end, I've got a great one for you about the different archetypes of decks. Okay, so thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's deck tech. I know it went a little long today, but it's how it goes, right? So like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord, come and introduce yourself, say hello. We'd love to have you. But most importantly, I need to stop rambling. You need to have a magical day, and we are going to play some Magic. Let's roll out. All right. Playing slow, but we have a field wipe, which should be good. Hello. Fourth land is nice as well. 2 more field wipes online. The Gruul deck is A, very quick, and B, packs a bit of a mid-range punch. It isn't just filled with 1/1s and like 2/1s or something, right? It's very much a grower as well as a shower. We see no proliferation available there. We have a negate, I guess. This is good on like a Monstrous Rage or something. Anger is a draw. We'll just take it. Right? That draw is what helps them get to their next spell and their next spell, right? So, you know, maybe let's try to interrupt that if we can. Just working on curving out as well. Because we have multiple field wipes, I'm going to take it. I think that's acceptable. There could be protection, and, you know, we want to get that out of the way as well, right? Did we just pull another field wipe? Yeah, but you need the 5th land. And just, yeah. Okay, and you know, we're also down to 12, which isn't great, and then sequentially 11. Subsequently? What did I say? I think that word has too many syllables for HGG. Let's draw Adelphia, just clean it up. We're low on life, so let's take what we can get. If we were going to take a card of theirs, what would it be? What? You have multiple? That's not impressive. I guess it would have to be a scamp. I like the draw first and foremost, though. Ooh. Just pushing through our deck, looking for something good. A lot of lands. Really? You're a legend. Nice. Finally. Did you get a draw, though, right? Collect 6. 3, 6. Codebreaker, Ruiner, Druid, Scamp, Kumano, with all the fixins. It's a great deck. We have 3 life only. All right, let's get some blockers, please, and thank you. A Philadelphia? Wow, I guess a scamp is best, right? That's wild. That's so bad. All right, we do have blockers. Right, we have the vents. We can also push this out. 3 life is bad. I cannot believe that breach whiffed. Another 10 land we got? What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them? Oh my gosh. Nice. We should have taken the anger, I guess. Because it gets better for each copy of it in grave. Double strike, good game. It's powerful. Close, though. Like, we were in a position to defend, if not. Hitting for 10. We're blocking for 5, 6, 7. We only have 3. Takes us to 0. Good game. But wait. There's more. Great game, homie. Looking forward to our next. -6. It's going to get the job done for sure. On the draw with bad land, we do have some removal, but what if it's an aggro deck and you're just like, good luck, dude. Good luck, bruh. Light up the night. I'll see you later. Single target's nice. But we may as well just build to 5 at that point. Right, like if we're going to cast it on 3, it's just, may as well hang out because we can, you know, take everything on 3. Ooh. Maybe we should be casting on 2 here. You're always making the wrong decision, no matter what in this game. All right, let's see how this pans out. Maybe we should be waiting, but I kind of want to just take them all together. Save it. Take it. I don't really want to pay life so much. Maybe we could toss up a multiverse. I don't know. This is a good card. I'm going to have to kill it with this. Or else it's compounding, right? Now we're playing slow, which I don't like, but at least it's there. Yep. Oh, it's a Mardu deck. White now in rotation. I like this card quite a bit. Now for the land, toss a cover up. Play the land. Bartolome. All right, we ready? Buckle up. Big money, no whammies. Ouch. Ouch. Chandra City. Lily City. Maybe I'll add some more goodies here for that breach to hit. Did they just steal an imback? That is such a Chad play. Down to 11. Sacking it. I like that. That's good. That's good, yeah? Main phase it. Cancel. Three and a tap. I might be in trouble today. I think we've got to do it this way, though. That means. Because they're going to sack it or whatever. Exile it. 4 indestructible. Right? Sack their token. Z. Plural. 1 for the Plaza. The other for Bartolome. Now we're chilling. No creature lands. We have 1. Taking 4. You drag me back in. Hopefully it's not a forge, I guess. We take it. Big chillin' with residual value. 4 in hand. Looking at their grave. Uh-oh. A third? That's actually impressive. Okay. Let's take a Nim. Eaten alive, Grixis command. I think a Nim's the most explosive, other than the Forge. Everything else is a little bit easier to handle. No creature land. Toss my field. Eaten alive. No longer hitting our Planeswalker, which is good. Gix probably just grabbing some cards from the grave. Really not great value. But, you know, sometimes you're forced into play lines you didn't think you'd be in. We are low on life as well, so we have to be really careful. We should probably hold this, shouldn't we? How many more field wipes do we have? I don't think a lot. Jadar active. That's actually pretty good with Bartolome, because you always just get to transfer the decay token over. Uncommon, too. Jadar's a rare, though, of course. Okay. Draw 2. I feel like Lily should plus here for the discard.
We all have
Okay.
we'd rather forget.
Was there any other haste in their deck? It was a Nim. Stack of treasure? Yeah. Let's get after it.
Don't overthink things.
We have nothing to draw discard, but I still think we have enough to just put in damage. We could have done that first, I suppose. I'm kind of worried about if they're holding up removal to take our land. Oh man, I can't believe we get it. Good game, homie. Going first, 2 land. Interesting. Can we find a third? And will it be a black source, question mark? Second black source for Sheolder. We will need a second red source as well for Brotherhood's End and what have you. Let's see. I mean, we're going to take, obviously, the Warden. But if nothing, then, you know, you're done. It's just a Resolute Reinforcement. So we're not waiting for it. Or Frontliner, I guess. Sure. I mean, I'm not going to be crewing it next turn anyways. Or will I be? Let's hold. Right? Not in a rush, I don't think. That's much better to take. Bye. Now, fourth land off the top. Fourth land untapped off the top. Let's go. Big money, no whammies. Down to 18. Thank you so much. Wait for it. Wait for it. Not yet, HGG. Settle down. That is a Novice Inspector. Hi, Tutties. Meow. Ooh, the Knight is good. The draw here is fantastic. Maybe we should have taken it. Looking for another field wipe? Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we can cast the second one with the Voltstrider. That's hard to argue against. Lasers, Linda! Woo-hoo-hoo! All right. They know how good their deck is. They're like, it's fine. I's got more cards, homie. I'll be over in a minute. Really? That sucks. This would get our next land. Oh, yeah. YES. Yes, 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 yes. Kind of just like the field wipes. And I don't have my second black source. So these are, you know, reasonable to throw, sadly. Not impressed. Not proud about it. But I guess we destroy our own creature as well, but worth it. Right. The Volts, it's really not about having our creature, and that's kind of why we left the breach. Maybe it comes back full circle. They're gonna be sad about this too. I mean, we're holding on, right? We're holding on, and that's all that we can really hope for against this deck. Burn their hand out, get a Chandra, you know, something like this. Holy, bro. Stop it. You've gone wild. They're going to play both of these, which is annoying, right? I mean, the deck just puts in so much damage consistently. Like, we're running 50 field wipes, and they still have, like, room to go, right? It's really, really good. Doesn't hurt that it's being piloted by a top player, either. And these sanguines and these recruiters just all day long, bro. All day long. They're doing it. Like, I'm out of field wipes, bro. I'm out of juice. Should have kept that breach, maybe. I didn't realize this was going to go on this long. I can't take that. That's way too much damage. Here, Chandra. More draw. They are, like, really flowing through the deck. Another knight? Anyone? This is good. I think we're done. I tried to be as passive as I could with those field wipes, but just not enough. Good game, homie. You can just hit for lethal. It's, you know. Trying to let you have it. People always want to go full out, though. They're like, wait a minute. That's not... There's more. You haven't seen the backyard yet. There's a barbecue and a deck and a pool. Check it out. On the draw, keeping 7. I'm wondering if this is... Having second thoughts. Maybe we have 2 different decks pushed together. We need to kind of separate them. Maybe the breach deck isn't the same as the intrude deck. Preacher is good. Maybe we just go to Big Scoradelphia. We'll get a field. There's enough. We'll find it. And then we'll take all of the preachers. So good, though. Don't play shoulder. I need to draw some cards, please. No! That's literally a game-winning bat. There's only 1 card to take. Nice. Well, with Adelphia for ourselves. I mean, we can still draw a field wipe off the top. We have that land, right? Are you gonna destroy my my bro? You're a legend. You are a legend. That's not a field wipe. There's a lot of land there. We have a blocker, at least. They probably take our breach at this point. No. Intrude the mind. Bully. So no bad attack. Just a preacher. Seems reasonable. Ouch. Field wipe off the top. Off the toop. Secondary Preacher. Woo! All right, it's gonna buy us a moment or two. Probably not a lot. You know, we're already down to 6, so let's just try to do our best. Sentinel's not bad. Literally back to needing another field wipe. You can actually just be countered, I guess. You can always bounce it. Nice. Dealing with the threat.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
We have a might. Shielded would be most annoying. Oh, you just had to say it out loud, didn't you? Yup. Just so we're not losing life. Okay. Draw before Shelly gets here. Three. We'd have 4. What if we straight up whiff? Toss a land.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
We really should draw. Draw, toss the mind. Because we can't draw once Shelly hits. Keep the mind. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got to keep the mind. Oh. Breach, get back here. This is good too, though. This is good too, though. -4. Thanks. All right. Copying Intrude the Mind is delicious in every sense. It's not a draw. It's look at and put into hand. Let's top deck a field wipe. Yeah. Worst case scenario, I guess. Should we copy this first? Well, then we'd be just field wiping that. It's kind of lame. The draw is nice, though. The draw is nice. I'm going to decline this one, and then we'll do it on the second one. Oh, what am I doing? Now that's a punt. The draw is nice. I was thinking about the look at and put into hand. Oh my god. I'm retiring. Alrighty then, Grixis mid-range. I like you. I think you're pretty cute, but you need a little Celestis, alright? Mana fixing? Yes. We should be mana fixing. The Celestis, I believe, would go well here. There's just so many new toys, though, right? It's hard to really get where you want to. Now, here's my question. Is Breach that good? Is Breach Atali really that good? Sure, it wins us games, but it's like, you know, I just hate it so much. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like we could just run Intrude the Mind and not use Breach and not use Atali and not use Shieldred, and then we don't have to worry about having creatures for Breach to hit. Because Breach whiffs, and that sucks. It's like a lot of mana to not hit anything with, right? And it's, you know, we're not using Jace, so where the mill is not really that good for us either. And, you know, I think that we could trim the mana curve, right? While still holding a fair amount of advantage. I'd love to see the Celestis. I'd love to play with Intrude the Mind more. I think that this is a really good card that, you know, no one's really been like experimenting with yet, and I think that it will work nicely. Voltstrider, not bad. Honestly, I understand that the meta is so aggressive right now, but, you know, maybe we'll just run all of the field wipes, and then it's not so aggressive anymore. I would love a meat hook, you know, a way for us to sustain ourselves with the removal. So on that note, you know, maybe the Virtue of Persistence is really good. Some removal, right, that we could potentially copy, and bringing our opponent's creatures back. 'Cause I don't know if we want to use our creatures in the future builds. You guys need to let me know in the comments below what you think of that. Shieldred, if we did want to use creatures, yeah, sure, great. I cut the case. It's not an instant or sorcery. It's great, but we can gain card advantage elsewhere. However, it's a really cool card that I quite like in the new set. The same goes for the Cryptic Coat. Very cool within Grixis colors, but it's like artifacts and enchantments, and, you know, we want instants and sorceries and creatures in this build, right? So, you know, sucks. Robbery, actually pretty cool. You know, not bad, but I'm not really milling my opponent. I could see if we were utilizing Jace, how then Breach becomes much better. Robbery becomes, you know, a choice that we could look at a little bit more seriously. So with all that being said, Lockwhale, pretty cool. Could be a decent body, don't mind. We should probably find room for this in the deck. Rankle's Prankle, you know, stop it. Come on, bro. Memory Deluge is good, but it doesn't make treasures, you know? So there's that, I guess. Jace, I think that it's like cheating. It's very good. And, you know, I'm kind of considering that there's 2 different, or maybe potentially probably 3 different variants of this deck. 2 of them being instant and sorcery based. 1 also utilizing creatures and planeswalkers a little bit more. And the other one, the third one, more of a stacks based deck, where we're accumulating artifact value and enchantment value, right? Okay, Drag the Canal. Another cool option for us. Instant speed, generating a lot of value, and then, you know, a non-specific counter, right? It's not needing it to be a creature or a non-creature. It can kind of hit anything, which is pretty cool. We don't really have much to casualty it with, though, other than the Mirrex tokens, which would be fine. So thank you for watching. That's what I'm bringing to the deck. I would love to see a Celestis added. I think that we could potentially split the deck up. We've kind of done this in the 3rd version here, a little bit better than the last version. But I think with that success, we could really focus in on that and just have, like, you know, a couple different Grixis decks that are all semi-similar, yes, but again are tuned differently, and this makes it easier and gives us a clear picture within our split testing as to which variant would be the most successful, because it's easy to convolute things and just like not really know what you're looking at. And when you change things, you know, it's easy to not get a good idea, and then now you've changed multiple things, and it's like which variables actually mattered within this process, you know, of improvement. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Have a magical day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, and join that community Discord. I'll see you soon in the next Take care.